hope everybody saw my message yesterday that we were not doing it because we had a snowstorm. Point this here. I don't know if you can see, it is very snowy. It is very, very, very snowy out there. We've got only about 5 inches right now, but it just picked up and it's getting heavier. So, anyway. Thank God for hot coffee. I'm gonna do some seed stuff because I got time for that. And then I gotta scoot in a little bit more. Get everything kind of set up so I have room. Hope you guys are doing good today. It is a cold, cold day here. But the main thing is that we've got so much snow, and it's not really like snow. It's like small little ice balls. It's all it is basically just little balls of ice piled on top of each other. So it'll be good for sledding, I guess. The kids are outside sledding. Well, the older kids are. They got some good snow stuff for Christmas, so they're excited. I have over 100. Hey! Hi, Inda. I missed you. I'm so glad that you're here. I was worried that since I didn't do it yesterday, that you wouldn't see that we're going to do it today. So I'm really glad that you're here. Oh, and I don't have Rainbow Dash on for you. There you go. There she is. We have a snowstorm hitting us like crazy, and so yesterday we were getting everything ready for the big snowstorm. So you are absolutely the first one. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. We had to get everything ready because usually when we get snow, we lose power, and so we had to get like buckets filled with water and the bathtub filled with water. We had to make sure there was ice, there was salt on the ground outside. We had to make sure that the chicken coop was all cleaned out, and because they were going to be stuck inside their coop all day today, basically. I mean, they can go out. Jeremy did clear out an area and sprinkle food on the ground, but they just don't want to. We had to move all the cars and make sure that they were all put together, and we had to get the tractor ready with the big blade on it so that we can plow, and then make sure the snow blower is ready to go, and the generators, and there's a lot going on. Love you too. Love you too. Yeah, we're totally getting it. We're totally getting it. We've got like 5 inches, and it's not really snow. It's like ice. And so, so I'm hoping that the power stays on. I really hope the power stays on. Hello, Prince, you're here. Good to see you. Hey, it looks like we're getting the whole gang together. We're doing great. I am so glad. Oh, that was another thing that I did is I have a new firewood rack that goes in the house, and I can put like a bunch of wood on it now. Before we only had like one of those little carrying basket handle things, and so now I've got like a big rack, and so we were able to put enough wood on there that we can have wood for like 3 days in the house, dry and warm, so that we're not putting wet wood in the food forest. I can't talk in the fire, so that's really good. Yeah, it is super. Look at this. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. The kids are going to be sledding a lot. In fact, I can see them right now. Yeah, we've had birds. There's been birds in the bird feeder up here already. It's only been up a week, so that's exciting. So maybe we'll see some birds in there, because they can't get anything on the ground right now. There's like zero food. I did get a a big bowl and fill it with bird food. And I put that on the food forest. I learned so much about birds this year, and I'm not normally a bird person, but I learned a lot about the winter birds because we were going through an Advent thing. And apparently birds, like, they really live on the cusp of like one bad day of not having food and during the winter, and that can end it for them. And so I was like, oh no, not the birds. So I've got food piles like everywhere for them. So we've got two bird feeders hanging from the tree right there that are filled up. We've got the one on the window here. I've got that big bowl out in the food forest that's got like a huge amount. Like, I put almost a full bag out there. I'm sure the squirrels are enjoying that too. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Oh, hi, Horace. Hello. That would be really great if she can control the weather. I'm cool with snow. If she could just like clear the driveway, that would be awesome. That would be really, really awesome. So the birds should be good. The chickens are super happy. They've got a nice warm coop that Jeremy winter-proofed a couple of weeks ago. So he made sure it's nice and toasty warm in there for them. And then the kids, you can probably see them running through the yard. They're probably going to try to make an igloo or something like that. That's like their major goal every time they go out, is make an igloo and make some kind of like luge for their sled that's not just straight down. They want to make curves and jumps and ramps and things like that. That's what I wanted to do when I was a kid too, so I don't blame them. And I had to make sure that there was enough, that I had power enough or a setup ready for if we lost power, that I would still be able to have coffee. And we accomplished that, so that was good. Oh, I'm so glad you're having fun. Yay! So yeah, it is going crazy. We had a bird up there earlier today, up in the bird feeder, and my cat launched herself at the window, knocked down the tree, and just like face planted. I don't know if she forgot that there was glass here. Not quite sure what the cat was thinking, but she totally face planted and knocked everything down. We also, the poor cats are having a hard time with this. Also, we filled up the bathtub just in case we need water, right? And that's what you do. You fill up buckets of water and you fill up the bathtub. And so in the middle of the night, I went in there and the cat was in there, and I startled the cat, and the cat jumped into the bathtub to get away from me. And it was deep enough where like she got covered in water. She was totally covered. And then she jumped out of the bathtub to get out of the water and landed in one of the buckets. It was so bad. I felt so bad. That was Pumpkin. Poor Pumpkin. He went and laid down immediately next to the wood stove after that. It was so sad. The poor guy. With the eyebrows, I don't know what you're talking about. I know that there's a lot of actors that have eyebrows, so I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Oh, you liked the quiz, Inda. I'm so glad. Absolutely, we should totally do another quiz. Okay, so next time, I'll make sure next time we do a quiz, because my goodness, I had fun too. I wasn't sure what you guys thought of it, so I was going to ask you guys today if you guys liked the quiz or not. No offense. You guys, you can't insult me. I am who I am, and I like who I am, and it is what it is. As long as my husband finds me attractive, and he does, so I'm good. So Google actor with eyebrows. I'll do that after this. That's fun. So I've got blueberry coffee with a cinnamon bun creamer in it. It's lovely. And okay, so I did my, you guys remember we were talking about the Ziploc bag seed things, winter sowing and putting them outside. They are covered with snow now, which is super exciting. So they're doing their whole stratification thing. But I have over 100 bags outside. See, this is why I can't do vegetables this year, other than carrots and potatoes and onions and peppers. That's the only thing I'm doing. Because I've got so many flowers that I want to plant everywhere. I'm really focusing on that and the food foresting, herbs and things of that nature. I've got over 100 and I still am not done, but my bag or my box of seeds that I need to winter sow is a lot smaller now. So this is all that I have left, which if you were here before, it was like, look, I can like squeeze it back and there's room in my box, which is really exciting. So there was not any room earlier, and I'm very happy that I have room now. So we're almost done with doing all of that. I had to order another bag of Ziploc bags, or another box of Ziploc bags, but I'm going to be doing that a little bit in there. We Are the Millers. You played the fake son, We Are the Millers. I don't even know what that, oh, I know what you're saying. Oh, yeah. What else was he in? He was in some other movie. What was it? You guys are getting paid. It was a really famous movie, too. I can't think for the life of me. I know what you're talking about. Maze Runner. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I have those books. Those are really good books. If you haven't read them, you should check them out. They're really fun. So, I think we lost Prince. So, yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a lot of movies. I am really, really out of the loop. I've been watching like TV series. My baby is in love with my husband, and he sets her down, and it's like the end of the world for her. So he had to set her down to pour some coffee. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Did I lose you, Inda? Are you gone? Oh, God bless you too, Jimmy. Bye. Love and trust. Hi. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to winter sow cosmos, which may or may not be a good idea because they don't like to be disturbed. They don't like their roots being disturbed. They might be mad at me if I transplant them, but we're going to try. Luckily, I have 2 pecks of each one, and so I'll winter sow the old ones because I have more control with the winter sowing, and then I'll seed scatter the new ones. And that might be good. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness, you can see the price difference. This is for $2.22. So 4-year difference. This one used to be $1.69, and now 4 years later it is $2.69. Inflation. I hate inflation. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Ah. I believe you, Inda. You got last place. There were some weird questions though, but we can totally pull out another one, and we'll get some new weird ones. Maybe you'll luck out. Maybe you should just go with like the opposite of what you think it would be, and maybe that's why I put the question on there, because it's the opposite of what most people would think. Maybe that's the plan. Hey! Oh, Corey, I'm so glad you're here. Hello. Good to see you. I love that you call me auntie. Thanks. And you call me mama, Inda. So I'm an auntie and a mama. Actually, I am both, so that works. It works really well. Just don't call me grandma yet, because I'm not that yet. I'm not that. Man, I gotta get planting. So I guess we can tell which ones are the old ones, because they're the cheaper ones. So I just think cosmos are the best. I love cosmos. I saw a lady and she did a fence line just filled with cosmos. It was like a wooden fence, and just the entire length of it was just this swath of cosmos, and it was like 50 yards long. It was crazy. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. I wish I could do that. I don't have a fence like that. And where the rock wall is, can you see the rock wall? It's kind of, can you kind of see? It's right there. We have this rock wall that covers the whole, it splits the property down the middle basically. And it would be great to plant cosmos along that. That would be really pretty, but we've got trees on it and it's shaded, and so it wouldn't work so well. So that's really sad, but you didn't. I totally thought you were going a different way with that, Inda. Totally thought you were going a different way. So yeah, you totally got me. Isn't this pretty? Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Just give me flowers and I'm happy. That's all I need. Flowers and bookshelves. I need bookshelves. I heard someone say once that you don't have a book problem. You have a bookshelf problem. You don't have too many books. You have too little bookshelves, and that's true. So I did order a bunch of bookshelves, and I actually have like 2 free shelves on one of my bookshelves now. And I think in my mind that just means I need to order more books now. I think that's the answer to that. So you totally told me, Yunda. And I got this really cool, I should show you guys at some point. I got this really cool bookshelf that is, it's like a bookshelf here, and then the books hang below it, so it looks like they're floating underneath. And then you can put stuff on top of the shelf. I mean, talk about space saver, using both sides of the shelf. That's crazy. But it's really, really cool looking, and I can put that next to my bed. I have all the books that I haven't read yet on that one, so that I can be ready to read at a moment's notice. I am obsessed with books. Totally obsessed. And L.J. Andrews is one of my favorite authors. I'm trying to get her series. L.J. Andrews. I've got the first one. I've read all of them already. They're amazing. But there's like 9 in her series. And I only have one because I can't find her books used anywhere. And they're really expensive. So they're like $15 to $20 a book. So I'm doing it slowly. I got 1 book for Christmas, and that was like the best, from my brother because he knows me so well. And so I've got that one. But I'm one of those that if I really, really love the book, I want to have it on hand with me. I want to have a physical copy. I don't want to just read it on Kindle. I do love Kindle. I'm on that constantly, but I like the physical copy because we lose power here a lot. And when you lose power, that's when you want to read the most, right? Like when you don't have a bunch of other pressing things to do, because you can't. This is my favorite pen for marking bags that are going outside or marking plants. It took me too long to realize that Sharpie made a paint pen. It's wonderful. Cosmos. This one does not go away with rain or snow. Double click blend. Okay. I wanted to go out and spread a bunch more seeds in the food forest because my millions of seeds that I did before wasn't enough apparently. But look at this. I splurged a little bit. And I got these. It's zinnia seeds. There are 15,300 seeds in here of just zinnia flowers. And I wanted to spread this on the ground before the snow hit so that the snow would kind of soak them in and water them and get them going good. And Totally forgot. I'm really upset with myself for that. You need me to zip you? Okay. Well, I gotta zip my daughter. She is ready to go back out. She got a new snow set for Christmas, and she got all white so that she could blend in with the snow and do sneak attacks during her snowball fights with her siblings. I thought that was brilliant, really thinking ahead. I hope there's not somebody who would call me grandma. Right? Compost is not just for vegetables. I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, I love you. Have fun. She's covered up. Inda, stay with me forever, please. Love you so much. Love you so much. Ah, man. You're so nice. Yeah. So, do you guys get snow out there? Because when I think of where you live, I think like warm and hot and like tropical all the time. Do you ever get snow? Neosporin, thank you. It's really sweet of you. Just tossed the seeds everywhere. That was the double click blend was before. This is the seashells. Isn't that so pretty? They look like little tubes. Cincinnati. You have a foot or so already? Yeah, I think we're at we're at like 5 or 6 inches right now. But it's getting heavier. So you must be ahead of us by a lot. Yeah. Is it powdery snow? Because what we've got is like this icy, small little ice balls, and that's all it is. There's no, it's not like a fun snow. It's a wet and heavy and slippery snow, which the kids are loving that though, but. An eighth of an inch in 1940. San Diego. I think that's where my husband was stationed, I think, with the Navy back in the day. Way back in the day when he was a Navy boy. Powdery. Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, it is really cold. I am really jealous about the powdery snow. This stuff is gross. I was going to take all my rugs outside and I was going to give them a snow bath. And I was going to take my mattresses out and give them a snow bath. And it's going to smell so good in here. And everything was going to be so clean. And I can't do that with this snow. And we don't get snow very often. So it's not like I can just wait till later. Because we might not have anything later. So, I don't know. I'm jealous. Cosmos. What is this? Seashells. Trying to get my winter sewing bags put together. Oh, cool. Yeah, see, that's what he said, was that I like to look at birds that sing. Oh, yeah. You might see some birds up here. You might see some. Oh, but my husband was talking about how it was really cool there because you could like be on the beach and then like later that day you could go skiing because the mountains and the water was like right there. And literally you could do anything you wanted if you wanted to. So I thought that was super cool. I don't know who that is, Shane, but thank you. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Oh, that's a good idea. We should make some snow ice cream. I don't know if you can do it with this type of snow, but I imagine you could, right? Like it doesn't change, right? Yeah, I was thinking it's got to be super tropical, right? Like no snow. Okay. Snow is fun. Snow is really fun for like a day or two, and then we're over it. But I grew up in northern Wisconsin, and there was a lot of snow. There was a lot of snow for most of the year, which is why we ended up moving down to Virginia when I was in high school. So 75. Yeah, that's quite different. That is quite different from what we got going on here. So, man, but that's got to be nice. Never having to worry about if you need to chop wood or not. There's benefits. There's benefits to that. I'm really excited about these cosmos. Aren't those pretty? They're just so different. Lime yellow. Lime yellow. White border. Charming white. So is this? Oh, these are only 20 to 25 inches tall. So that means that these are a lot smaller. So look at, these are 3 to 5 feet. This is 2 to 3 feet. And this is about 2 feet. So I should mark that so that I can kind of put them in order. Maybe I could just have like a swath of cosmos and they could layer them. So, yes, both kinds are delightful. Double click blend is the double click blend that, okay, that one's the 2 to 3. 2 to 3 feet. 3 to 5 feet. And then Xanthos. Xanthos is 2 feet. That looks like 21. I did that wrong. 2 feet. There we go. Ah. Oh, I'm so glad you found me. I have started scrolling the live feeds sometimes, and it's amazing. There is a lot of people doing a lot of things, and it is a large variety. There is a large variety. You never know what's going to pop up. It's kind of crazy. So, Christmas tree, right? This is my daughter's, and I'm on her bed right now, and hence all the wonderful stuffed animals behind me. She's got a ton of stuffed animals, and but she's got the best lighting in the house. She's got the best window, so I like to sit here when I do my live streams. Plus, she's outside doing her igloo stuff and her sledding stuff, so she doesn't mind. And then also there's a gate. I gave the girls a gate to their bedroom area so that if the toddler is irritating them, because he can be a bit much sometimes. Toddlers are pretty intense sometimes, and he wants to touch all their stuff. If they want to have some separate private time away from him, then they can. And so I can sit here and do my live stream, and I don't have to worry about him running over because I don't want his face on the live stream. And so it's really nice to be able to kind of have a separate area that I don't have to worry. So, yeah, I know, Shane. She refuses. She says she's not putting away her Christmas tree until spring. So we're going to see this for a while. I asked her, I was like, do you mind if I just move that for the live stream? And she said, no, you're not allowed to move it. That's my Christmas tree. It totally got knocked over, though, when the cat leapt at the window to go after the bird that was in the bird feeder right here. That was that poor cat, Pumpkin. Pumpkin's having a rough time of it. She also, I don't know if you guys were here for that, but in my mind, cats are girls and dogs are boys. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's just what makes sense in my mind. If it's a cat, it's a girl. If it's a dog, it's a boy. I don't know why. I felt like that since I was a little kid. So do with that as you will. But in the middle of the night, we've got like this blizzard thing going on. I mean, it's not quite a blizzard right now, but like it's not stopping. Since it started last night, and we were worried about the power going out, we filled up the bathtub and the buckets. And so the cat was in the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I went in there, and it startled the cat. The cat jumped into the bathtub to get away from me, landed in the water, tried to get out of the water by jumping out of the bathtub. It landed in a bucket of water, and it was just, poor Pumpkin. He's having a rough day. She said, She said 28 or 30. Thank you very much. She's off by 10 years. But thank you. Are they grumpy old men in your mind? I like that. I like that a lot. I could see that too. But I can't change it. It is what it is for me. Ah, grumpy old men. Ah. That's going to make me smile for a long time, I think. Ah. I know. I know. Ah. I do. I do brush my hair. It would be awful if I didn't. That would be terrible. Gosh, if I didn't brush my hair, I have really long hair. And if I didn't brush it, then there would be serious problems. Serious problems. Oh, thank you. I like to say that's from my daddy. My daddy liked to smile a lot. Merry Christmas. I know. Maybe I should like put Rainbow Dash in front of the Christmas tree, and then maybe my daughter won't get mad at me. 35. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. I am 38, I think. You start forgetting after a while. These flowers, aren't they so pretty? Those are perennial, and they do really good in drought, and the deer don't mess with them. So those are, I'm hoping that they take. I'm hoping. I need to see, do I need to cover them, or are they surface sow? Okay, I will do that. Ah. Harry Potter wedding? That's cool. Ah. Harry Potter. Man, I haven't read those books in a while. I can't get this bag open. 3 a.m. here. My goodness. Yeah, Shane. Please go to bed. You must be near the same place where Inda is. Inda, what time is it where you are? Is it 3 where you are as well? My goodness, I can't get this bag open. Well, that is super sweet. Thank you. Actually, I have a really funny story about almost getting arrested one time. And yeah, like it's not what you think. It's really funny. So I don't know if you guys have seen my channel at all, or if you've watched my videos, but I think my personality kind of shines out, and I can't really hide what it is. It is what it is, and it just has been this way for a long time, pretty much my whole life. This is who I am. And so I was in college, and I had to go. It was Thanksgiving, so the college campus closed. So I had to go somewhere, and I had friends in town, and I was like across the country from my parents. So I wasn't going home for Thanksgiving because it was only like a week or something like that. And anyway, so I had friends that I was going to go to, and it was like the second family of mine, and they're just wonderful. The Williams, I just love them. And I was going to spend Thanksgiving with them, and I got there early because they closed the campus really early, and they weren't expecting me until later that day. And I thought that maybe I was going to go shopping or something like that, but I didn't. And so my mama had always taught me, don't ever show up early to somewhere if you're a guest, because that's rude. Don't do that. So, I got there early, and I was making Christmas presents, and I was a poor college student, so I was knitting scarves for everybody that I knew that I wanted to give Christmas presents to, and so that was my Christmas presents, and so it was in Indiana, and it was cold because it was Thanksgiving, and it's cold in Indiana, really, really cold. So I had blankets in my car, and I went to their neighborhood, and I parked like 2 blocks away so that they wouldn't know that I was there, because I didn't want to make them I didn't want them to see me and then feel bad and invite me in. And I was going to wait until it was time. And so, so I sat in my car and I had my blankets on me and I was knitting. And I guess that I looked kind of sketchy because I was just sitting parked in a car and people couldn't tell what I was doing, I guess. I don't know. Somebody called the cops on me. And so this big, it was a big police officer, really big. He came and he drove up behind me and he put his lights on and he came over and he took his mag light and he knocked on my window with his mag light, and he told me to roll down my window. And so I rolled down my window. I looked at him. I was like, "Yes, officer. Like, are you? What's the matter?" And he asked me what I was doing, and I looked down and I looked at him. And I was like, "I'm knitting." And he goes, "No, what are you doing parked in the car here?" It's like, "Oh, my mom told me never to arrive early, and I'm supposed to go to my friend's house for Thanksgiving, and I got here early, so I'm waiting." And they, they he didn't believe me, so I said, "Well," he asked for my license and everything, and he asked who I was going to go visit, and I told them, it's the Williams house, and he's a firefighter, and he's the dad is, and I gave him all this information. And I guess I was like not on the road that they actually live on. Like I had to go down one road and then turn, and then their house would have been right there. And so he looked up their name on the road that we were on, and he didn't see them on there. And so he kept my license, and he said, "Okay, well, you need to drive to their house right now and knock on their door, and I will come with you, and you need to show me that you know them." Um, and I felt really bad because I didn't want to be early. But I was also really scared because this guy was huge and he was not happy with me. He looked really angry, and I couldn't understand why he was so angry at somebody for knitting in their car. I just didn't understand. And so I drove really slowly, and he followed me. And I pulled into their driveway, and I go over to their door and I knock on the door, and these were like my second family, right? And they had 3 boys that were about my age, and then they had a daughter who was a little bit younger than I was. And the boys were like pranksters. They were really, really silly. And they got it from their dad. And so I knocked on the door, and one of the sons opened up the door, and they looked at me and they were like, "Who are you?" I was like, "What? No, it's me." Because there's this big cop standing behind me. I was like, "You guys, you got to tell me. You got to tell me that, or you got to tell them that you know me. Please tell them that you know me." And they're like, "We don't know who you are." And they closed the door. They closed the door. And then the dad opens up the door and he goes, "Who's out there?" And he looks and he goes, "Who are you, miss?" And he acted like he didn't know me. And the police officer's getting upset. And I was like, "No, I swear." And then they started laughing and they told the police officer, "No, we know her." But it scared me so bad. But they both, all of them, they all were in on it, I guess. I don't know. But the police officer finally gave me back my license and then told me to have a good day and said that I'm not allowed to knit in my car anymore. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah. So I almost got arrested for knitting in my car, and I told my husband that story when we were first dating. He's like, "You would be the one that would almost get arrested for knitting in your car, Ruth." So yeah, yeah. But I love that family. They are really good. They're special people. But that's a fun story that we like to tell now. But that is totally who they are. Always playing pranks. Always playing pranks. It was really fun. I loved hanging out at their house because they were that fun to hang out with. Really? I didn't know that. I had no idea that they couldn't do that. I just knew that I knew the people, and for some reason they didn't know that I knew the people, or it wasn't showing up on their data that family lived there, and it was freaking me out. I was a young college kid. I had no idea what was going on, and I was like super sheltered when I was little, like really, really, really sheltered, and I didn't know anything about anything. So I just knew that I was terrified. Lobelia, isn't that so pretty? So pretty. So, no, I have this wonderful, handsome husband who is watching my babies right now so that I can do the live stream. Well, I could have been like loitering, maybe? I don't know. Somebody called the cops on me because they didn't like my car or something. They didn't like that there was just a car sitting out there. So, yeah. Yeah, he definitely... He could have said anything at that point, and I would have had no idea what my rights were or anything like that. So, yeah, and it's in a neighborhood, right? Like especially during the holidays, right? Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. And then I didn't get to finish the scarf that I wanted to, because now here I was, and I was early, and they weren't ready for me, and I felt really bad because they weren't ready for me, and I had avoided seeing them for a reason. I didn't want to go there too early into the surface. Lobelia is a surface zone. Yeah, so that made me sad. But they were good sports about it all. Really good family. Their mom makes the best biscuits and gravy on the planet. And if you guys, has everybody on here had biscuits and gravy? Because if you haven't had biscuits and gravy, that is a crime against humanity, I'm pretty sure. Not chipped beef either, or that ham or whatever, like the ground sausage in the gravy. That is what you need. The white gravy with the sausage and the biscuits. And I need to eat before I do these live streams, apparently. Thank you. I appreciate that. Could he have arrested me though? Like, would he have been able to do that? I mean, he could threaten to do it, but could he have actually done it? Do you think? I mean, knowing what we know now, because I definitely didn't know back then. Cambridge blue. I can't write. Lobelia. Love lobelia. I'm trying to get as many perennials planted this year as I can. I love a good perennial. Lupine. I need sandpaper to do the lupine though. Now I remember why I haven't done those yet. Now I remember. Snapdragons, bachelor's buttons, jewels of a par. You guys heard of this? This is a really cool thing. It does really well in like cut flower arrangements because it's got those little, this looks really cool, but it's a perennial, and the leaves, you can eat them like spinach, and it's perennial, so you don't have to constantly. It's a really good thing to have in a food forest. If you are planting a food forest, you should have this. So, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he was bored. I don't know. Maybe. Shalom. It's not Shabbat anymore, but shalom. Shalom, shalom. I know. I need to tell my daughter that I need to take this down during live streams because I keep getting flack for it. This is not my choice. All of my Christmas decorations are down, but this is my daughter's room area, and she wants to keep up her tree until springtime. So she can do whatever she wants with her stuff. That's awesome, Inda. That's awesome. Man, I didn't know they couldn't follow you either. That's crazy. See, I never knew. I never knew anything about all that. Is this surface zone? Yep, everything is surface zone. Jewels of a par. just sounds pretty, doesn't it? I've got to get all these planted. That is one of the hardest things because I can't plant them in the house a lot because I'm always with my baby, and my baby just wants to dig her hands in everything, and the dirt it would just make such a big mess. So live streaming is basically the only time I get to do this, or if the baby's asleep. But then also, like, there's a million other things I could do while the baby's asleep too. So how do you choose? How do you choose? I don't know. Hi, Jason. Hi. Oh, that's true. Just because they aren't supposed to doesn't mean that they don't. Yeah, that's a lot of work, though. I mean, knowing your rights, absolutely. Definitely do that. But suing them and stuff like that, also, that's just so not who I am. So very not. What did I just plant? I can't remember. Jewels of a Par. There we go. Okay. Jewels of a Par. See my seed set up down here. I've got this nice little handy dandy bag to keep the dirt off the bed so that I don't make her bed all messy. I got my bags and I've got my seeds right there. Oh my goodness, and now everything is falling. Oh no. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, hopefully that helped. Okay. Jewels of a Par. I've got 2 more bags ready to go that I need to get planted now. This over here. There we go. Last 2 bags that I have ready to plant. It is. Yeah, we need to hold them accountable, but yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, maybe if I had been married, then I would have been able to tell my husband and he would have handled that for me because he's great. I can be kind of a doormat sometimes, and he is definitely not. He is definitely not, and he does a good job of holding me accountable to stick up for myself, and he sticks up for me really well, and he's helped me a lot with that. So I am thankful for that. He is definitely the balance to me for sure. So thank goodness for good partners. Is this a surface? So press into surface. Okay, so this is bachelor's button. That's not the picture. This is Snow Maiden. How appropriate, right? Isn't that so pretty? No, this is not bachelor's button. Oh my goodness. This is Snow Maiden. This is pincushion flower. Scabiosa. Why am I thinking that? So, very appropriate. It is super snowy out there. And my kids, oh, they went up to the big hill. So we live on a mountain, right? And this is kind of leveled out where we are right here. And then on the other side of the rock wall, it goes much steeper up. And so apparently they are sledding down that hill, going down the driveway. That's terrifying. But they're doing really good. Okay, so they're fine. I can't even see my daughter because she's wearing all white. Food. I'm so hungry. Jimmy, you're making me hungry now. Man. Okay. Scabiosa, Snow Maiden. So who's getting snow? I love that. I love that. I think that's a great idea. You need somebody else in the car to do that though with you. And I was all by myself. So I need somebody in the car with me. My dad would have been totally on top of that, and he would have helped me out with that if he had been there. Or my husband. Although my husband, he might have just like yelled at the cop, and that would not have been good either. He doesn't. He's a bold, bold man. And I am not a bold, bold woman. Actually, yeah. Oh. So next time that we do the live stream, we're definitely going to do the quiz again. So. No. No. You need to be on this live stream more. That is not me at all. Let's see. What am I doing? Scabiosa. Scabiosa. Snow Maiden. It's been rough doing the videos lately. I guess I should expect it because it is winter time, and who's gonna want to watch gardening stuff on in the winter? But nobody's really been watching a lot lately, and it's a little bit disheartening, I guess, because you think everything's going so great, and then everything just like tanks. And so it's been a little bit hard to get videos out lately. I'm still trying to get it done, but it's been a little bit hard because it just feels like, what's the point, but it is nice. I do enjoy putting up videos, even just for my own sake, because I love looking like 2 or 3 years ago what the garden looked like back then. It's kind of like an online diary journal kind of thing. It's really cool. And then the internet's forever, so you don't ever lose it, which is neat, unless you have like a MySpace or like Hotmail. That's all gone at this point. But yeah, it's been hard putting stuff up lately. Feeling really disheartened. So I have big hopes and plans for this channel, and like goals and dreams, and when everything's just kind of going down, it's hard to stay motivated. So oh my goodness, Enda, you're so cool to be in theater for 3 years. That's awesome. Got the Family Dollar aura. What does that mean? Like the Dollar General store? Like, I don't know what that means. Family Dollar aura. What does that mean? I have no idea. Agaratum. Dondo White. I have a lot of white, yellow, and blue plant flowers because I have a specific garden for those colors where I grow most of my flowers. The other places that I grow things are mostly like food stuff, so food forests or vegetable gardens. But I finally started a new garden outside where eventually my bedroom window is going to be. I've got a nice weeping cherry tree right there, and then I planted a bunch of bulbs this fall, and I'm going to plant a bunch of flowers, and I finally have a place where I can plant things that are like pink or orange or red, or it's just going to be like a bountiful, different colors, everything and anything, rainbow garden, I guess. But I've been limited to white, yellow, and purple for a long time, so this is very exciting for me. But this is the agaratum. I think it's really pretty. I love how fuzzy they are. They're just very delicate, very, very cute. So I bet it was hard for you to do that. Ooh, that's so cool. Oh, Shannon, I'm so glad that you watched them. That's awesome. So you got witch hazel. That's awesome. I have a tree that I planted out in my food forest that is a witch hazel tree, and it is so wonderful. I hope that you are enjoying yours. I'd love to hear about all the different kinds of herbs that you got, because herbs are my jam. I love herbs, especially ones that are like beyond the normal. So like everybody will tell you about thyme and rosemary and oregano, but like, do they talk about Dan Shen? Do they talk about, Codonopsis? Do they talk about, which is medicinal, by the way? Do they talk about licorice or astragalus or, things like that? So that's cool. Ah, thank you, Shannon. That's really encouraging. That is really, really encouraging. Ah, thank you. I needed to hear that. I needed that. Ah, totally caught me off guard with your comments too. Okay, so this is what I got accomplished so far as winter sowing. Although I'm gonna have to wait a couple of days to put them outside because there's so much snow. Or I could just shovel, I guess. But oh my goodness, since I've discovered winter sowing, I might be going a little too crazy. I almost bought more seeds the other day, and I need to just not. I need to not. I did buy the zinnia flower seeds. But I mean, how can you say no to this many zinnias where you could just like scatter them everywhere? Because who doesn't love zinnias, right? And you see how many pollinators are in the picture? There's a reason why they put so many pollinators on that picture, is because everybody, including the pollinators, love zinnias. Bees and everything. And I want to start oh my goodness, I want to do too many things. I got my pond liner in the mail the other day, which is super, super exciting because I want to dig the pond before everything starts growing up, because it'll be a lot easier to clear out that area and dig the pond when there's not a bunch of green growth growing in that area. And so I got that. I've got to dig the pond. I've got to clear the area around that. I've got to transplant a couple of my big rose bushes, which will be easier because I'm going to like super prune them down to the base. They're rugosas, so they love being pruned all the way down. I've got to do that. I've got to revamp my food forest. I've got to prune all the fruit trees. I've got too much going on. I've got a new garden that I'm starting. On top of this, there's something else. Oh, I've just got so many seeds that I've got to start. I just don't need more seeds. I don't need more seeds. I don't need more seeds. But I want them. They're so pretty. I am so glad, Shannon. Yeah, it is hard to find. I couldn't find anybody, hardly. I was able to find like a couple of channels, but they were all like Chestnut School of Herbs, like Rosemary Gladstar. She thank you. I'm just rambling at this point, but Rosemary Gladstar has a good channel. But they don't talk too much about how to grow them, and that's something that I really want to start doing this summer, is talking about the different growing conditions for each one. So if you want to grow them, not just like what are they good for or that they exist, look, I've got this plant. Well, good for you. But how do you grow them so that other people can grow them? And so, like, there are so many different variations of soil needs and sun needs, and like skullcap. If you grow skullcap, not necessarily in the shade, but if you grow it in a place where shade gets it, like during the main part of the day, during like the sunniest parts of the day, if you grow it where it gets shade during that time of day, skullcap is really easy to grow. But if you but that's still full sun, because you're getting sun in the morning and you're getting sun in the evening, and it adds up to enough where it's considered full sun. But so nobody really tells you, hey, you do kind of need part shade in order to grow skullcap, otherwise it won't grow for you. It's a difficult herb to grow because nobody talks about that. So anyway, I've got this really great book that I read by Rico Ketch, who is the, you probably have heard of him. If you're growing these herbs, you might have gotten seeds from him, but he does the Strictly Medicinal Seeds website where I get most of my herb seeds and starts. Some I do get starts from him, but he has a book. Actually, he has 2 books out. There's volume 1. I've been waiting for volume 2 for forever, and he finally has that out now. So volume 1 and 2 are out, and it's growing medicinal herbs. It's all about growing medicinal herbs and the different varieties of conditions that you need for them. And the way that he wrote the books, it's like reading, just having a conversation with him. It's so cool because he's very personable during it, and I laugh a lot. I end up reading a lot to my husband because it's just so fun. And so having those books is really good if you want to grow the medicinal herbs, because there's not a lot of resources out there for, like, especially even on YouTube, which is like one of the largest areas of knowledge in the world, I believe. Like, you can find anything on YouTube, really. So it is. You're welcome, Shannon. I'm so glad that we talked about that. So, you're inspiring me. Thank you. Okay, so I'm definitely going to start putting more. I love Strictly Medicinal Seeds. I remember the first time I saw their website, I just lost my mind. I wanted everything. My cart ended up being like $3,000. Like, I was like, oh, I should probably trim this back just a little bit. But just the fact that they have everything from, like, even like aconite, like, what? That's crazy. I didn't even know that you could sell that. And well, I mean, obviously you can. If you can buy foxglove, you can buy aconite. But okay. So I love Strictly Medicinal Seeds, and like, they've got some stuff on there that if you get the woad is one of my favorite things that I grew from them. It's a biannual, and so I didn't get it again 2 years later because I had a baby and I just lost. I wasn't able to continue that, but I did have woad, and it was like one of my favorite plants that I've ever grown. And it's a dyer's plant, and there's some really great medicinal properties to it, but it's just gorgeous. It's like wild carrot with a flower, like Queen Anne's lace, but it's got yellow flowers, and it's beautiful. It's just this haze of gorgeousness. So if you get a chance to grow woad, get woad from him. WOAD. So and the fact that I just want to scroll through everything, and so yeah, guys, Strictly Medicinal Seeds is the place to go if you want really good herb seeds. Definitely. And sometimes I'll find seeds that I wouldn't expect on other websites, but if I want herb seeds, I definitely go there. And then he's also associated with Mountain Rose Herbs, and so if you want just to get the herbs and you want to make the teas or the decoctions or the salves or the syrups or whatever it is that you're trying to do, tinctures, you can get herbs from Mountain Rose Herbs, but then they also sell Strictly Medicinal Seeds on Mountain Rose Herbs as well. So you can go through them, and I think it's the same price. And I have affiliate link. I totally forgot about that. Sorry. I have an affiliate link for Mountain Rose Herbs below because I'm affiliated with them. I can't believe it. It still feels like a dream too, because I've been growing herbs for forever and I love them so much. I love Mountain Rose Herbs, and I get to be affiliated with them now, which is like, I don't know. It's super cool. So I know, right? Oh, I am in Virginia. We're having like a blizzard right now. It's crazy. We've got, well, it's probably more now. I'm looking at my raised beds, and the bottom board is covered, and I think the bottom board was like 8 inches. So I think we've got like maybe 8 inches right now, maybe 7. because it kind of builds up against the edges sometimes. So yeah, it's been going on for a while now, since last night, and it's going to keep going, but we've got some really great snow going on. I wish it was powdery snow. I wish I could take all my stuff out and do powder snow cleaning, but I can't because it's all like the wet, icy snow, which is not fun. So what? What? Oh, I got 5 kids and they're wonderful and I love them so much. And yeah, it's definitely a great day to have kids because the snow, they're enjoying it so much. So, and I'm very excited about my ring. The ring light, I wanted that for a long time because I had no lighting when I was doing my live streams inside and it was pretty dark. It was pretty dark. So I'm pretty excited about this. So yes. And you probably meant that as a mean thing, but that's okay. That's okay. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And if you are where it is snowing and cold, I hope you're staying warm and cozy. And I hope that if you guys have a chance that you're able to sow some seeds and do the winter sowing. If you are sowing herb seeds, there's a lot of seeds that really like to be cold stratified. And so winter sowing is the way to go. And things like even the main ones like oregano and rosemary, maybe not rosemary, like oregano and lavender and thyme and all the main ones that you think of when you think about herbs like cooking stuff, those love to be cold stratified, which is kind of weird because I mean lavender seems like such a tropical thing. So get those out. Dill especially loves to be cold stratified. Marigold. But if you're planting like elderberry seeds, because there are some really cool elderberries out there that you can get seeds for. I grew a bunch of my trees from seed, but they need to be stratified. Wild lettuce, if you want that, then you're going to have to stratify that. There's a bunch. So get those bags made. I'm doing Ziploc bags, which is super fun because it's so easy and it's so cheap. I put the dirt in the bottom of it and then I zip it up after labeling it. Gotta label it. And then you put a little clothespin on the corner so that it stays open. You got some airflow, and then you poke some holes in the bottom of it. And then you just put it outside on the ground, and you can put sticks through it so that it kind of props them up and it keeps them upright, and they make their own little greenhouse that way, and it keeps them contained so they don't wash away with the snow or birds don't come and eat them, and it keeps them very and then you also know what you're growing to, because a lot of times if you just scatter seeds out in the snow, you're not exactly sure what is coming up. So it's easy to lose track and not exactly know what you're growing. So this is a great way to know exactly what you've got. Keep it in one spot so that you can later transplant it wherever you want to transplant it, and have a controlled environment, but still get them stratified. And then they'll come up as soon as they're ready to. And they'll be more hardy and they'll be more vigorous and they'll be healthier when you put them out in the garden and you're ready to transplant them. So, oh, so you're in the north. Yes, you can absolutely winter sow arnica. Absolutely. So, oh, this cat's getting snagged. Absolutely winter sow arnica. I've grown, there's Arnica Montana, and then there's Arnica, there's another one. Oh, there's the 2 different kinds of Arnica, right? One is more difficult to grow, and then the other one is easier. And I think on Strictly Medicinal Seeds, it'll tell you which one is the easier one to grow. But they're both medicinally basically equal. So I would definitely not try for the more finicky one. and just go for the regular one that's easier to grow because it's basically the same thing, and you'll have so much more success, and it spreads and it's beautiful and it's really good. So yeah, definitely winter sow those, and definitely make sure that you've got the one that, yes, thank you, Meadow. Yes. Yeah, definitely winter sow those. And then you don't have to worry about the seedlings and the seed trays in your house, which takes up so much room. And it takes up, so like when it's inside, it seems like there's always like bugs that grow or mold that grows, and you got to constantly be battling that. And it's just a pain in the butt. You got to turn on the lights and you got to turn off the lights, and you got to make sure that you're watering them on time. And winter sowing, you just put them in the bags, you water them once, make sure there's drainage, stick them out there, and then it's just done. And you don't have to worry about it anymore, which is wonderful. So we got enough to do as gardeners. There's too much to do. So why make it harder on ourselves when we can make it easier, right? Anyway, I have got to go. I have some people calling my name. Hope you guys are doing great. Have a wonderful day, and